Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this hamster in my pocket. I had little Gojira here in my pocket. She is a sweetheart, so I woke her up. Literally, I woke her up. I reached down into her cage, and I woke her up, and then I picked her up, and now here she is. And then I'm going to put her back in her cage so she can go back to sleep, because I actually do feel bad when I wake them up, because they may be just hamsters. They may be just rodents. They may be just tiny little critters whose entire body mass... I have to put her little house back together. I went and tore it apart. I feel bad about that. They may be just tiny little critters, but might doesn't make right. Just because I can doesn't mean it's right that I do. She has wishes and desires. She doesn't want to be woke up. She may have, her entire body may have fewer cells than just portions of my brain. But she's still an autonomous being. She's still sentient. She still has a sense of I. So, might makes right? Yeah, I kind of feel bad about stuff like that. I think about stuff like that. Anyway, though, real quick. Oh, if I can remember one of them. Oh, yes. I had a laugh at myself just this morning because you may think that things would get cheaper, less expensive because you have dentures. You don't have to buy toothpaste anymore. You don't have to buy a toothbrush anymore. Your teeth are gone. You don't have to worry about maintaining your teeth because they're gone. Yeah, but both of my parents had dentures in their mid-20s. And where I grew up as a child, Bellingham, Washington, during the 60s and 70s, very, very poor water. So my poor genetic heritage for teeth combined with that, I managed to keep these things until I was 50, until they all had to come out. I also ground my teeth, you know, just while I was sleeping. And that bends and flexes your teeth, which causes micro cracks in the enamel. And then when the enamel breaks, in comes the bacteria, which causes more breaking, which causes more cracks and bacteria, and so it just... teeth are gone. But, so you think, hey, now you don't have to buy... Well, yeah. If you don't want your teeth to go flopping around while you're eating, you need to go and buy these. And this stuff is twice as expensive as toothpaste. So, yay. And sure, you don't brush your teeth at night anymore, or in the morning, or after meals, or stuff like that, but you gotta get denture cleanser to make sure that you don't get a buildup on this stuff and they don't get disgusting. And then you gotta buy a denture brush so that you can brush your dentures, and it's just as expensive, as not more so, than taking care of your natural teeth. Take care of your natural teeth. You may be in my situation where I didn't have a choice. I kept my teeth as long as I could. I brushed twice daily when I could. You know, I'm a human being, and I was a bachelor and an alcoholic most of my life. So the fact that I could take care of my teeth at all was a good thing. But, do your best. If you lose them because of measures beyond your control, genetics, and then life is life. But, you know, you got to do what you can. Definitely a good thing. So she's a sweetheart, and it's a good thing. Now I woke her up, so she's running around. And here's the difference again. Little Thigmo, who's still in the cage next to me, I need to trade him to get Saber or little Dr. Snurf back in there. She's going to have to stay here for a time because I still don't want to put a hole in the side of the cage that she's in. So I still have to, every couple hours, I put the water bottle in and I stick the nozzle in her face. You know, not whap whap, but I just make it available. And then I hold it there until she's done drinking and doesn't want any more. And then I put it away, and then a couple hours later when she's wandering around, I make it available again. So she's going to have to stay there, but she is just... The difference is he's getting better because I've been giving him the CBD with a tiny bit of THC tincture. It's for animals, remember. This is specifically formulated for animals. And he still, though getting better, is still high strung. and freaks out when you get a hand coming in next to him. I mean, he's like, and then flops over onto his back, and he's like, and you just have to work past his paws until you can pick him up. But she, little Gojira, I mean, when she sees my hand coming down, she's like, and watching, not in terror, but ooh, look, mouth not open, ears big and wide, and just waiting for my hand to come down. And when my hand does come down, she doesn't run or panic. She grabs my fingers and then tries starting to climb up onto my hand immediately. And then when I lower my hand down, she's into my hand, and then I can lift her up and carry her around and put her places. She's not freaking out. She's like, wow, let's go adventure. So they have their own personalities, incredible personalities, and it is, yes, they're very tiny personalities because they have very tiny brains. You know, you have to look for it. That's why you don't want to have too many hamsters, because when you have too many tiny rodents, yes, they all have personalities, but when you get them together, they will blend because they're tiny personalities. With my 4 hamsters, I can tell them apart, each of them, immediately. Even if they were all together, which never, ever do with a Syrian, I'm just saying. If they were together, I could tell them apart just by the way they act. And that's an awesome thing. It is a very, very cool thing. Especially since, I mean, even when it comes down to food, because there's some food that hamsters will go ballistic over. Some of them. I mean, on the whole, hamsters love crickets. They will chase down crickets and they will just chow on them. They'll and start eating their heads, and it's just disgusting and repulsive, but they love it. Most of them. Some of them just don't want to eat crickets at all. I mean, they don't care to eat crickets in the slightest. Excuse me. Topping off my THC tanks in the morning time increased mucus production, because generally I either take hot oil vapor dabs or I smoke superheated smoke, you know, out of a bowl, a pipe. So increased mucus production from damage. But I had one little guy, one little hamster, Bobo Jr. If you go back and look back in my previous videos, he was a good little guy, a little orange banded hamster. All of his hair fell off at one point, and then it grew all back. It's twice, 3 times as long as it had been. So he went from fuzzy to just an absolute dust mop. But while he was in his cage during the dust mop period, which was during the last months of his life, but during that period, I bought crickets for all the hamsters, and I gave him two crickets. Well, no. I was trying to think about when the first one had died, because one of them died fairly soon, but crickets, when they die, who knows why? I mean, you're not going to do you can. In fact, there are people that do autopsies on things like mosquitoes, and they have tools, scalpels for it, where literally you cannot see the end, the sharp point of the scalpel, unless you have a microscope. Glass can make sharp edges and points that are just atoms thick. So sometimes you can't even see the point unless you have an electron microscope. And so they take these little instruments and do autopsies on mosquitoes with them. But, trying to remember back to what I was talking about. Oh my gosh, trying to remember what I was talking about. I know it was hamsters, wasn't it? Ah! Oh no! Come on, I was talking about the tools, I was talking about autopsies. Why was I talking about it? Because of the blades that are just atoms thick. I can remember back that far. I'm not talking about cutting hamsters open. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I remember, was it the topping off of the THC tanks? Remember, my poor brain, I got to sleep at about 2:00 a.m. last night, and I woke up before my alarm went off, before 6. I didn't get up until like 6:45, but I've gotten less than 4 hours of sleep, so I am very sorry. Hopefully I can remember what I was talking about with the tail, but if I can't, then My sincere apologies. Try and remember. I know it was the THC tincture, hamster personalities, tiny hamster brains, but the difference, I know he's freaking out. She climbs into my hand. I can't even remember the end point of where it was before I started talking about the tools, because I got fixated on glass. Because glass, I'm going to talk about glass now because of the whole scalpels thing. Glass is incredible because they have obsidian. They have found obsidian scalpels in tombs, thousands of years old, that are still as sharp as the day they were made. You can't do that with metal and other things. They soften over time, the edges. Not with glass. And because glass has, oh, it's not asymptomatic. It's an asymmetrical breaking. I think that's the term. But that's why if you ever see in a movie someone going through a plate glass window with glass flying everywhere, if they have skin when they land, you know it's a movie. Because glass, because of the way it shatters, can have literal blades that are just a few atoms long and a few atoms thick. You can't even feel that as it's ripping and cutting you to pieces. And you're flying through a cloud of dust made out of razor blades. And not just one or two, thousands of them on each chunk. So you go through a glass window, you're just gonna be a bloody chunk of meat. Now, in real life, people do manage to survive going through glass. I'm talking about the big movie type where it's BAM! And there's parts and pieces and then they land and it's like they're essentially unhurt. No, people go through glass and they survive, they're just cut up. It's just, you go through in that huge explosion of glass and looking like a superhero, you're going to be just the little bit of flayed meat stuck to some random bones that go splash onto the ground. So, yum yum. One of the things that I did want to do, let's see, I think I've got time. I've been meaning to do this, and I've been sorry that I haven't, because I have a postcard. This was a wishing you a happy new year postcard. It has a postmark of Portland, Oregon, so it's still a very cool little thing. It's got little stickers on it. There's no, other than the postmark, it doesn't say who or what, so it's got little stickers on the back. These are little stickers, and that's cool. It's a very nice little one. I like that postcard. Thank you very, very much. I've been meaning to do these. And there's this little one. I got this little card. I don't have my letter opener, so actually it hurts to open up envelopes with my fingers. But using my thumb turned out okay. This one, I'm probably going to have to go through and make sure the name isn't and the address isn't there. But this is a really nice little card. Yay! And it's got a little sticker in it too. So thank you very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. This one is from Tennessee, it looks like. Thank you very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And then there is this last one from, I can't tell, it's like Wouterstrasse. So very, very cool. That would be at least somewhere in Europe. Oh, ow. Oh, and I'm trying not to tear the paper, and now the paper is tearing, and I feel bad. Using my thumb, that's actually pretty good. It's upside down. That's why it was like that. And this is a nice one. Very, very cool. Thank you very, very much. These things, none of these made it by Christmas. They all showed up between Christmas and today, but that's wonderful. I mean, they showed up. So thank you very, very much. So there we have an unboxing of letters. An unboxing, an unlettering, an opening of mail. However, I managed to end up referring to it in the title. hopefully you enjoyed that. They are very cool. I enjoyed them to no end. I love getting letters and things. I wish people would send me more. I understand stamps are expensive, and especially keychains and stuff, but that's just why I asked for keychains, because they're cheap. And postcards are, I know everything is expensive. It's the world's economy. It's always hovering on the edge of collapse, and everything is expensive, and especially in places like the US where wages have been stagnant since the 1970s, and in fact our earning power has been going down for everybody but the 1%. Of course, they own more and more, but still, thank you very, very much. So if you can send me a letter or a postcard, if you could, please do that. That would be awesome. That's why I've got my post office box. It cost me God, golly, Miss Molly, it's like 140 bucks a year now to do it, and I pay for that. And I get, like, except for these, I generally get like one letter every 4 or 5 months. So it'd be nice if people could. Anyway though, at a 90-degree turn with no warning or breaks, wham! I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having gone through and left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. Whether it is a good comment, a bad comment, an indifferent comment, whether you're saying thank you so much, fuck off and die, or you are a human being, thank you very, very much for having left me a comment. It is appreciated. The spam comments and the abusive comments, they just get trash canned immediately. But negative comments, troll comments, as long as it's not abusive, I just leave them up. I don't mind. So thank you for having taken the time to have left a comment. It is appreciated. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect isn't intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're not good at pronouncing names. And I'm not reading the comments right now. I had to try and remember. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. It is appreciated. I'm going to read every comment, well, as many as I can. Thumbs up each one I read. Answer as many as I can. I love spending time in the comments, but there's a lot of comments, and I'm just one guy, so thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, let me call on my Chrome. Sneaky Mickey, thank you very, very much. Dismal, greatly appreciated. Captain Fortnite Gaming, 288, thumbs up and thank you. Life of Young Artist, greatly appreciated. Tundra Keeper, thumbs up and thank you. Robert Ryder, greatly appreciated. Mr. Hothead, 099, thank you very, very much. Thomas S., greatly appreciated. Lucifer, thumbs up and thank you. Damian Shannon, greatly appreciated. Tiago, thumbs up and thank you. Pandora NYC1, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments. Christian Hopkins, thumbs up and thank you. World Trap, greatly appreciated. Jacob22, thank you very, very much. Laura Lawana, greatly appreciated. Grace J, thumbs up and thank you. Ian Curtis, thumbs up. And Moritz Abraham, greatly appreciated. Brian Glenn, thumbs up and thank you. Juan Maltos, greatly appreciated. Omega Drake, thumbs up and thank you. And Laura, greatly appreciated. Rigger 9V09, are you the same Laura that was a couple years back asking me about Q&As and subtitles? Somebody was. I can't remember if that was you or not. And last but not least, Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you is stated to get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with actual people, and that is appreciated. I need to get on medication for my depression. Cannabis is a natural antidepressant, but you need to take a lot of it for it to have a pharmaceutical, that's the word I was looking for. I was trying to think prescriptional? Prescriptional? That doesn't make sense. A pharmaceutical effect. So, yay. But again, thank you all so very, very much. If you could check out my links at Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+, not Google+, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon, Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I have gotten another letter from the government, so it's the sword of Damocles. I've got to call them up. They're talking about hitting me again with another heavy debt, so I don't know what's happening, but it's not good. I'm gonna find out what's going on. Yay. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated. And if you could smash that like button and hit that bell, That would be very awesome. Now, if you don't want to subscribe, I would understand, but if you're down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. A very good thing. Whew! Hopefully I'm going to have a reaction video today, hopefully a game video for this channel. I still am unsure what I'm going to do with my gaming channel. We'll see. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and these things just keep getting done later and later. Oh well.